Hey! Oh, it's doing something. There's a lot of noise going on there. There we go. We're all here. There, we muted that one out there. So, I've got the loop pedal going. That's what I was doing there. I was just checking to see that we had this pedal note that we're going to be using a lot tonight. Hello. Eyup, everyone. Hope you're doing well. It's Wednesday, the 22nd of January 2025. Can you believe it's nearly a month done? We're rinsing this time. It just seems to go so quickly. Hang on, let me just clean me goggles. So yes, welcome to Wednesday's guitar lessons from the book. What's the book? What's the book, I hear you say? Let's have a look. Let's have a look and see what the book is. Just cleaning me goggles, me gems. That's what we call them here. We call them gems. Don't know why. There's a reason. So today's topic is hearing the modes. If you haven't got the book, then this is what it looks like. This is the lesson we're doing today. We're doing hearing the modes worksheet. This is lesson 80, page 87 there, guys. Yes, and the thing is, this is the thing that made it click for me with modes, because I was perplexed, because I got shown really early on in my guitar playing life how to play 3-note per string modes, and then that was it. The patterns became the modes, but it isn't the patterns. And the thing is that we need to focus on is the sound of the modes. And really, like the thumbnail of this video says, it's like modes equal moods. I think I've got an eyelash in there or something now. So, crikey, what's going on here? Pull yourself together, Rick. There's bits falling off me or something, stuff like that. This is what's happening. So if you haven't got the book and you want to follow along, then here's the book here. This is how you get to it. You can buy the book there. 80 lessons in it. This happens to be lesson 80, actually. So it goes from beginners sort of level up to getting more and more advanced as you go through. But it's just 80 of what I thought was the best 80 lessons that were on my channel in 2022. There's been a few more lessons since then. And because there's been a few more lessons, we thought, let's put them in a big archive that people can dig into. And if you like the way I teach and all that sort of stuff, then this is what's next. Is like, you can join PDF Club. This is PDF Club down here, and that gives you access to all of this stuff. And people in PDF Club, there's going to be handouts tonight. There will be handouts, but these are going to go for the folks who've got PDF Club membership. It's like my Patreon, if you want to think of it in that manner. This eyelash is still stuck in here, so I'm having trouble seeing through that. But there we go. Hang on, don't know if I've got it out there. Anyhow, so that's PDF Club, guys. Now, the thing is, if you just want to get the vibe of how it works with Ricky's guitar and everything else like that, then what you could do is you can get yourself over... Oh, hang on, I can't put them both on at the same time, Ricky. What you could do is you get yourself over to the Fretboard Fraternity. It's a free community, absolutely free. Just come and hang out and talk about guitars and modes. And circle of thirds have been popular this week. If you didn't see last week's lesson, that was what we talked about. And we talked about how we can equate those circle of thirds to modes. And that's what's driven this whole topic today, is this circle of thirds thing. Yeah, so that's essentially what's going on now. Now, I can't remember what it was. I think it was the other week. I forgot to do my housekeeping and say that what happens is I generally timestamp when the lesson begins. There's going to be waffle at the beginning. So if you're not in the mood for that and you just want to get to the lesson part, you'll have to wait till this live has finished, and then I'll put a timestamp in there. And actually what I did with last week's is I just cut out all the waffle, guys. I'm sorry. And the only bad thing about that, and I know Sean won't like this, is it takes the chat out of the whole of the YouTube thing. So I'm not pleased with that, but the thing is, it means people can get into the lesson sooner who don't turn up, who haven't got the time to turn up on a Wednesday, here online. So how many people have we got in the chat here? Oh, we've got loads of people in the chat watching and everything else. So wallop the like. You know the score. You know the pack drill, guys. So get in there, wallop that like. So yeah, we'll do that, and I'll fettle this video and I'll clear it all up and everything else like that. So when we've done, then what we can do is, you know, it'll be straight in, and you know, and we'll try and cut the waffle down as much as possible. Oh, I've had some stick this week, guys. I have. I've had some stick, but it's okay. It's okay because I don't mind. I really don't mind, because I've got you get a thick skin being a YouTuber. So there we go. That's how it works. So what else have I got in here? There will be tangents. There might be tangents. I don't know. I think I've planned this one out quite extensively. Adding some extra bits maybe to the original lesson, expanding on it, presenting it in a slightly different manner, because that's the whole reason for Wednesday's guitar classes. Is if you've got the book, what I like to do is take one lesson, connect it to another lesson. Yeah, so, and then they all stack up, and then you start to get this web of knowledge of how your guitar actually works. And that's what we want to do, guys. We want to be confident about where we're going with the guitar, because that's the funny thing, you see. And I think this is the same with all knowledge. It's like, if you half know something, if you imagine you're having a conversation with, and there's a group of people and they're all talking about something, and you kind of half know it, you're not going to chip into the conversation, you know. But if you know something, then you'll chip into the conversation, become part of that little community that's happening there and then. Does that make sense? And it means you're probably going to use that information. Whereas if it's kind of half not, you kind of won't commit, because you don't know if it's going to be valuable for your practice time or whatever. So hopefully today, that's the idea today, is to show you this idea that modes are moods. That's what we're going to do. We're going to look at that. But first, what we always do, yes, so I'll just give if you don't want to, this is the waffle part coming up, guys, right? So it's like, this is the roll call. Yeah, because somebody says, what's the point in shouting people's names out for half an hour? Yeah, but it isn't. It's like people are turning up, and this is what it's all about, you know? So somebody said that, and I was like, oh, you don't get it. You're missing out. Come on, you should rock up and, you know, join the conversation, because it's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun here, guys, don't we? I think so. We have a right giggle. It's good. Anyhow, so let's crack on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the roll call now. It's early. How crikey. No, yeah, it's still 9 minutes in. I'm going to do the roll call. And let's see who's here, who's in the chat. We're battening down the hatches in the UK. We're getting ready for a storm. I don't know how you guys are all dealing with that. We've had some amber alerts and stuff like that. So let's have a look. Winston Moy in the chat as ever. All my faithfuls are here. I can see you guys, and I appreciate you turning up every week. Graham Bailey, hello everyone from the chilly Scottish borders. It's really hard to keep warm, isn't it? Jerry Lindy from Sweden. Chuck, hello from Oregon. 2 weeks in Cabo without a guitar. I need a dose of Ricky. Oh, that's good to hear that you need that. Dan Bailey from Franklin, Tennessee. Analog Kid. Eyup FretHeads. Paul Otter. Evening all from the Southwest UK. That's where the storm's coming in, apparently, isn't it, down that end? Ken Guthrie, Eyup from Newmarket, Ontario, and Mrs. Ricky as well. She's getting her own hellos there. She's in the chat there. She's monitoring the chat. And we have... Oh, hang on. It's a little bit early. This is not usually the case. It's been a bit late to get in here. Here's a cup of Yorkshire tea. There we go. In this... pentatonic, hang on, let me cover my face because it's trying to find my eyes. There we go. In my A major pentatonic caged octaves autopsy mug. There you go. Yorkshire tea. Oh no, it's not too hot. It's not molten lava this week. There we go. So I'm armed now with a cup of tea. Everything is right in the world. Job's a good one. Right, so let's carry on. So we've got Stuart Smith. Hi all. Hi Stu. William Henning, hello from Lake Panasofic, Florida? Florida. We'll go Florida. Yeah, major pentatonic. Eyup Ricky, I'm in the mood for modes. See what you did there, you see? It's a play on words, isn't it? Eyup from the great state of Oregon. Cult member reported. Yes. We are all... Yeah, there's... I was going to say, we are. We're quite the little membership, aren't we, here? Still can't get this out. Where is it? Let me find this. It's not a contact lens. I wouldn't wear contact lenses and a pair of glasses at the same time. That would be silly. Phil James, it's that time again. Greetings to Ricky, Comiskey, Mrs. Ricky, Miss Comiskey, and all you FretHeads around the globe. Have a great night, y'all. But please play nice. Yes, please play nice. Let's play nice this week, guys. Yeah, well, what we're going to do, and I'll just set the stall out now. If you want to chat, you have a chat. But I tell you, the best place to have a chat is if you make friends, yeah, then what you can do is get to the Fretboard Fraternity. There's a chat function in there. You make friends. You can talk to people in there and have conversations. If you want to have deeper, meaningful conversations, you can do that. How cool is that? Join the Fretboard Fraternity. It's free. So, but yeah, if the chat becomes a distraction, because anything, I'm like a squirrel. That's it. I'm like one of the dogs like that. So I'm going to ignore it. I'm going to just carry on and battle through teaching whatever it is. So if there's any argy-bargy in the comments, yeah, Mrs. Ricky will sort it out, and you sort it out amongst yourselves. You're all grown-ups. So behave, or else I'll not let you have your tuna. That's the one. Right, okay, so Wayne Johnson, greetings from Cowtown. Trying to Cowtown. Gets me every time. Trying to warm up. Bikida Mayo. Howdy from Lexington, Kentucky. Matt Cochran. Hey, got like that. Eyup from Washington, USA. Freezing. Ooh, yeah, it is cold. All over the world. Somewhere it's cold. Everywhere. It's not everywhere. But if you try and look for somewhere to go on holiday right now, it's hard. You're hard pressed to find somewhere that's really warm, which is what we want if you go on holiday at this time of the year. Catch up on that vitamin D. Per Romandal, up to all from Denmark. Thunder Ace, my OG, in the chat there. Good to see you in there. Up. George Vaca, cheers everyone. There we go. George is very busy. Member of the Fretboard Fraternity as well. So there we go. Marcel LeBlanc. Hey up, fellow FretHeads and the Comiskey family. Minus 11 degrees C feels like 17. From Quebec in Canada. There we go. JB's in Poland. He's got me brew, got me guitar, and ready to rock. Been ill all week, but you're okay now. That's the main thing. Yeah, guitar, the great healer. Yeah, Dave Blakemore says it's minus 15 in Woodbridge this afternoon. Anyone else having them ready to drop off? There's monkeys out there crying. This is the one. Yeah, so let's have a look. Wilder 7BC. Okay, figured out how to get here, lol. If this is your first time, let me know it's your first time. We'll give you a little fanfare. This is what it's all about. Thank you for turning up, if that is the case. Jerry Moffat, hey up and howdy from Granbury, Texas. Araf's in the chat. Hopefully there's no chat malarkey like last week. That was great as fuck, except me and thee, but I'm not too sure about thee. Hey, let's have a less of that cheek, lad. Hey, let's have a less. Anyhow, Jason Somerville, hey up everyone, back again. Week 3, have a good one. We will be having a good one. Thank you for turning up. Araman 3048. Hey, Paul, I'm ready for moods and modes in Bern, Switzerland. The analog kid, I'm in the... You're not... I'm in the nude for modes. Don't, please. Please. You'll be discovering new modes. We don't want that. Nancy Parsons. Hey, Nancy. Good to have you here. David Doty, evening all. Rab M from East Kilbride. Good to have you, Rab. Relaxing meditation. Hey, Ricky. Hope you're all all well. Looking forward to your great lesson tonight as usual. Maria Muggs Davies. Good evening, Ricky and Kerry. Looking forward to tonight's session. That's an idea actually, because Mrs. Ricky said something. That's just reminded me of what Mrs. Ricky said. Maybe we should have a counter on the bottom that's like my waffle countdown. It's like when the waffle has to end, and that's what I've got to do. Is got to pack it into there, and then everybody knows when the waffle's going to end. Do you think that would be useful? If you think so, drop it in the chat. Yeah, we'll see if we can do that. We might be able to do that, actually. So, Maria. We've got Maria in the chat as well. Looking forward to tonight's session. Richard Grissom. Up where it is snowing in Florida. I wouldn't imagine you had that. You got crocodiles there, have you not? Or alligators, sorry. Alligators, they're two different things, aren't they? Hey, Dharma Queen. Up, hello all. Hello. Good to have you, Dem Ravens. Evening, I'll be right back. Just have to make a work call first. That's all right. If you can watch this and have a go at work as well. Evening, all. Let's John. Hey up, all. John. You know what I'm gonna do. You've done it there. You've said it. Right?
Now then, lad.
Hey up, all lad. Yes. So there we go. We've got a proper Yorkshire greeting there. Richard Hall. Hi y'all. There we go. Richard. Good to have you in the chat. Shonak Guharai, let's have a look. After playing guitar for 20 years, watching your videos is getting me interested in learning music theory. Well, that's a good thing. Yeah. Music theory isn't the be all and end all. Actually, it's basically where the tires meet the tarmac. Your fingers are actually on the guitar. That's the most important part of it, really. So that's what we want to get going. But music theory just helps you decipher everything. You can figure it all out, and that's the thing. It helps you connect it, and it helps you to talk to other musicians and other people who do music, and you can say, oh yeah, we're in this key, we're on chord 4, and it's blah blah blah, and that's the cool thing. Yeah, you get to exchange it more efficiently. That's what music theory is for me. It's about effectively and efficiently communicating with other musicians, and also understanding anything that you're putting in yourself. If you just put stuff in. This is one of the reasons why I'm not a massive fan of tab unless you're learning songs. If you're learning songs, yeah, and you just want to get the job done, then tab's great, yeah. But the thing with tab is it doesn't tell you what's going on, which is why you'll find that most of my stuff, there isn't much tab. I'd rather show you diagrams and how they connect to things and how they work in the whole frameworks that sit on top of other frameworks and how that all connects. So the thing is, music theory, yeah, that's the thing, and trying to make it that my mission is to make it understandable, and that's the whole job. Anyhow, Graham Wood. So thank you for that comment. Yeah, you tangent. There you go, Graham Wood. Hi Ricky. Hi everyone from the East Riding of Yorkshire. So we've got a fellow Yorkshireman there. Telefunken. Hey up, ready for some modal fun. Stevie Pinhead. Hi everyone from sunny but chilly Seattle. Scott Simmons, Ricky, don't lose that number. From Colorado. Billy Joe here. Love Billy Joe. It's like being at school. It's like, Billy Joe, you miss. There you go. And we had we had more than 4%. Oh crikey! Fortunately, Slitty does a good job of cleaning it up. I bet you have to. Harry Groker, hiya from Wolves. Hand pink waving. It says there. There is a pink hand there. I'd have to look at this chat here. Create Love Happy. Hey up, Ricky, Mrs. Ricky. Cameron here from Victoryville, California, in the high desert. Well, that must be warm there. I'm hoping it's warm. Probably cold on a night. Jeff Honor. Hey up from Merseyside. I'm also keen to see what's in store tonight. If you didn't know, it was modes. That's what we're doing today. That's champion guitar player. Was I playing at the beginning? I didn't even realise. I was just trying to make sure that it wasn't too loud and it was all balanced. Evening, everyone from up Durham, from John Carver, Ron Carrillo, hey up, Mr. and Mrs. Ricky, Cheryl from Carmel, California, Annex in the chat, hello, Wilder 7BC, that's because we are getting older, times get fast. Oh, sounds like a lyric. I think that's a lyric, isn't it, that one? Hello, someone's freezing there, Tim C. Norman Vine, hey up from Chile, Cape Cod, Cape Cod. It just sounds a bit fishy, that. Sorry, I had to do that. Thomas Newton, hello from South Carolina. Christopher Campagna, hello from Holland. We've got Tony Mason in the chat. We've got Neil Fradenberg back in Mexico. Scott Simmons, buy the book, one of the best guitar books ever. I like that. Hang on, just so much. I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to put that there because, you take any compliments where you can get them when you get to a certain age, If someone gives you a compliment, you go, all right, okay, I'll take it. There we go. So, yes, thank you. I'm very proud of the book. It's had a massive impact on the channel and how people learn guitar. So there we go. Let's have a look. Hey, I'm a Queen. Hi, Ricky and Miss Ricky and everyone from Israel. Wilder says, book is awesome. Great central location for info. Quick use. Yes, and it's evolving all the time. Unlike America and Canada, one flake of snow and the UK comes to a standstill. It's true, is that it really is, and everybody starts posting pictures. It's snowing. Lee Giles, I'm in the mood for playing guitar. Yeah, we get you. Roland Bach. Hey up to all Rickies. Greetings from Germany. There we go. Dale Sam, hey folks, looking forward to this one. We've got a message from Mrs. Ricky there, and Gary Buck. It's all about the modes. Thomas Newton. I should have the book later today. Ooh, can't wait. Make sure you join the Fretboard fraternity and put a picture in there of your book next to your guitar or next to a dog or a plant or something like that. You know, just pose it there like it's a model, you know, and you pretend you're David Bailey, you know, and it's like just take a photo, mood lighting, all that stuff. And then post it. That would be great. If it's with a dog, though, that I do like that. Maria's already getting on the with the study here. She's got IDPLMAL. That is not some sort of genetic sequence, guys. Well, or is it? It's a modetic sequence, if we want to think about that. So this is stuff we're going to get into in a bit, very shortly. Chimp number 1. Hey there, everyone. I will really need to concentrate tonight. No need to concentrate because I don't delete the videos. I don't take them down. I don't put them private or unlist them or anything. It will be here for you to watch again and again. That's the whole idea. Cyril Johnston, hi from Antrim. Rolling back, take your papers and sharpen your pencils. Siegfried Goats, hi all, nice to be with you and learn something about modes. Anton, hi all. John Essam on Parade Say, Bayek. And Phil James says, look, you see, this is what I get up there when it says face blue smiling, face blue smiling. You see, I don't get those in this bit here. So that looks a bit weird, I know. But what is PDF Club? Yes, we know what PDF Club is. If you're in PDF Club, then we talk about PDF Club. That's yeah, the first rule of PDF Club is we tell everyone about PDF Club. That's what it is. So let's have a look down the chat. Three Dogs Brewery, I haven't seen you for a while. Do you plan on starting a monthly subscription to PDF Club? Yes, we do. And it's called PDF Club Lite. PDF Club Lite, it doesn't really work with the way that the lifetime membership and the annual membership works. But we have devised something called PDF Club Lite. Me and Mrs. Ricky, we've been sat here scratching his head at some of the stuff, trying to get the system to do things and send emails out and all that sort of stuff. We're nearly there. We are nearly there. So we will be doing a monthly subscription to PDF Club as well. But basically, it's a stripped down version because I've had emails from people saying, I don't want to join a community. I'm a grumpy old man and I don't want to join a community. I don't want to post any pictures of my guitar. I just want to watch the videos and I want the PDFs. How do I get that? So we've sorted that out, and basically PDF Club will be a newsletter, but we'll also give you the discounts from upcoming courses, ebooks, workshops, and all that sort of stuff, battling away trying to get everything set up in the background. And once we've got all that set up, there's lots of cool stuff coming. I've got lots of cool ideas, so I don't want to talk too much about them, but that's what we're going to do. Is going to get that sorted before the monthly PDF Club Lite can be a thing. Right, okay, so Richard Dobson, Eyup, Ricky and fellow Fretheads from Barnsley. Here we go, Barnsley. That's what we like it. We like Barnsley because we like John Stones. Yeah, it was funny enough. He's on the bench tonight, but he's playing tonight. There we go. Maria, sharpen up your HB and away we go. There we go. I tune in as much for your accent as much as for the guitar. I love the accent. Yeah, well, I think the accent really grew in popularity since Game of Thrones. You know, because it's like all up in North, they all talk like that, don't they? You know nothing, Jon Snow. So there we go. David said, yes, David. Everybody played nicely. Hi, Graham Penfold, hi all from Sandhurst. There we go. Make sure you wallop that like Phil says. Phil says, like the like. Hello, Mrs. Ricky. Thanks for doing a bang-up job always. There you go. You got you see, you're getting some praise there as well, Mrs. Ricky. She's laughing. She's having a little chuckle there. She's delighted at that. There you go. You know, it's all about, isn't it? Greg Barrows, evening all from Aberdeenshire, ready for some modal musings. Wonderful. Nice to see you, Greg, in the chat. James Eyup from sunny but very cold Austin, Texas. Oh, well, you know, everywhere seems to be cold apart from the places that are hot, which is obvious, isn't it, really? Let's have a look. Craig Tatton, waffle away, Ricky. Afternoon all. Stevie Boy is in the chat. Let's have a look. Dale Sam had some pancakes. Silas 02 Arizona. Yeah, we got that going on. Let's have a look. -20 in Canuck land this morning. Oof. Robin Tate, hi Ricky and family. Let's have a look. Hello from Boynton. You know, we should have like a map and what's the weather like? It might be a bit more accurate. So, David Marsh, the Glossop contingency have turned up this week. Hurry up a bit. City are on in 45 minutes. I know they are, and I'm going to miss the beginning, but it's okay. I'm all right with it. I'm all right with that. So Sean is in the chat. Hey all, sup Ricky? Here we go. We've got some other people in here. Create Love Happy. I appreciate all the gratitude expressed by shouting out people's names. Human connection in our TikTok IG world is lacking, so here I am I'm here for the waffle connection. Thank you. Exactly, isn't it? That's what it's all about, really. It is. It's not enough of it, you know. All the old days when we used to go dancing and stuff like that. You know, all those things where we used to get together and communicate. You know, it's amazing. Chris, hey man. Jerry Eisenhower from Miramar Beach. We've got Keith. Kangaloosie digging out from a freak snowstorm. Oh, maybe if there is a lot of snow around, people will be like going onto YouTube and then watching lessons. That's cool. I like that. Rocket67, hey ho FretHeads in the chat. Here we go. Let's keep going down here. Falcon, evening all. Phantom, don't distract our cult leader. Daryl, drink wine. Okay, not too late. No star jumps needed. Peter Answer, looking forward to this. Ingo Noel, just finished my indoor bike workout. Hope I can shower before it starts. Yeah, well, this is it. This is because you know the waffle's going to go on. There we go. So let's have a look. Who else we're going through here? Comic Morphic Longbox Evolution. Wow, that's a username. I'm assuming it's a film or something. Might be. Let's know. Here in Brighton, UK, looking forward to the lesson. Well, thanks for being here. I said that 3 months ago. I said we make waffles a feature. Yeah, make it a feature. Yeah, put the counter on. You can tell people from here, Europe, they keep saying nighttime, lol. Yeah, well, it is nighttime here. It's dark here. It's like half seven now. So there we go. Rattlesnake boy, get a waffle hourglass. That'd be a good one. Cat Bubba just made it again. Angus, I saw you sneaking in there, Cap. Angus McDonald, hey Ricky, just got in from Wednesday Warriors yoga class. I fancy yoga sometimes, but then it's like I'm built like a Lego man. Here, there's no mobility at all. Enze, hey, hi Master, liked your Jamming Blues Rock YouTube video. I noticed that I was able to get the right speed with my fingers instead of a plectrum. Wonderful. You know, if you haven't seen that one, it's doing very well, is that video, in fact, and getting a lot of good feedback on that. And I'm going to make a bit more content like that. I think it's, you know, if it's what you want, then I'll make what you want. So, there we go. Angus McDonald, next class. If anyone's looking for a new guitar live auction on Jeff Beck's Guitars Live now, yeah, if we've got enough, we'd have to mortgage a house, I think, probably to afford one. Let's have a look. Garth Hudson of the band R.I.P. Oh, yeah. Let's... John Sykes as well from Whitesnake. We've got to mention him to this week passing. What a guitar player. Whitesnake, you know... when Snake Hips Coverdale was doing his thing at his peak, I think, you know, I think that was the thing for me. John Sykes, R.I.P. there as well. So we're scrolling down here. We're getting through all of the chat I can see. Mike, damn it, late again and still on parole from the naughty step. Rich, hi Ricky from Salisbury. Hello to you. Michael Moss, hey Ricky lad. Oh, we got a now then lad. We get it.
Now then lad.
Yeah, we get that there. Robbie 1, good evening Ricky. There we go. And Srenang Afawaka, you are late. But are you late because the lesson hasn't started? We're still in the chat section. Got a road daughter, needs a ride home from work. I'll definitely watch the replay. Have a great day at night, everyone. Thank you, Vicky. Dorothea Garcia, do I teach parallel modes or relative modes? Well, we'll get into that as we go through. Yes, we'll get into that as we go through. Danny Ruttle, hey up, here again from across the valley. Modes are just too difficult. They're not at all. So, here we go. Srenag's still doing the intro. What is Beauty of Club Light? Ricky, I'll just relaxing meditation. Ricky are just making the tonal center on a different note key without additional chords. I'm going to dig into some chords as well today. Give a bit more context. Like I say, I planned this one out a bit. today. Joe Harvey just tuned in from Coarse Gold, clear blue sky, 56 degrees, paper and pencil in hand. That's it. That's what we want. Blue Sky Blues Rockers. Am I a guitar tech? No, I'm not a guitar tech. I'm a guitar teacher. Blues Rockers. A bunch of guitars back. I had a music school, and when we closed the music school, obviously over 20 years, nearly 20 years of being there, I discovered I bought a load of. This is only a few of them. Yeah, I ended up having to take a load of guitars home with me because I thought, well, I can't sell that one. I can't sell that one because this guitar is tuned in that, and this does this, and this does that. So this is why there's so many guitars there, and there's some up in the loft. It's a terrible blight, you know. But there we go. This is what happens. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Sandiso Nutter from Cape Town. Jeff Peterson from Southern Maryland. Cold AF. Must be having a supportive spouse. Yeah, she's wonderful, my wife. Mrs. Ricky is wonderful. She's made a tea as well today. You made tea as well today, didn't you? Yeah. Every day, she says every day. I made tea yesterday, did I not? Yeah, no, we're not going to have a Barney on chat here. Everybody's waiting for a guitar lesson. Yeah, we're not going to be doing that. So yeah, I hope John Sykes is up there hanging out with Phil Linner. Yeah, absolutely. Sandy B, good afternoon, Ricky. Ishak Cornfeld, Ricky the Greatest from Cardiff, where it's balmy 2 degrees. Ankel Dogra, love from India. Thank you for all your video. Thank you for turning up today. Gone in, cool topic too. Just about to focus on 3-note per strings. We're not going to do 3-note per strings because there is a method to learn 3-note per strings that well, it just makes everything easier. It just makes everything easier. Maybe I should do a workshop on that, a live workshop on a weekend or something. Don't know. That might be something. So we eventually cover all mainstream theory from basic to advanced. I realise it takes practice, but just meant topic-wise, we will all know it. Yeah. Got a load of luthier tools. Oh, Phantom's got a load of tools. Oh, crikey. That's it. He's going to be on Facebook looking at guitars, looking at the sorry ones that need some loving. Yeah, that's going to be happening. And I would do that. I wouldn't practice surgeries on your best guitar. I'd buy a cheap Squire first, or a Pacificas. Pacificas are great, you know. They're just like, you know, this one. The story behind this one, I found this one in a second-hand shop, and it was all in a box, and it was £25 years ago, but it's 25 quid, and it's like I was happy as Larry, and I've because it was 25 quid, I've done all sorts of nonsense to it and disfigured it and all sorts. But yeah, so. That's by the by. There we go. Let's have a look. I think we've got getting to the bottom here. Fritz Schilder, good evening. Max Josephine, I'm more of a coffee person. Coffee in the morning. I do have a coffee in the morning. I do like that. Let's have a look. But tea can be a meal as well as a drink. It can be, actually. We can do that. So there we go. We've supped some tea. We've done the roll call. There's probably going to be a few latecomers, but what we're going to do is we're going to get into this modes thing now, and before we do that, actually, just wallop the like. You know, it makes sense. So let's wallop that like, and I'll have a little squiz at me notes here, and we'll see what's going on here. Right. So let me just remind you, if you have the book. Yeah, it's lesson 80, page 87. And what we're going to do is the modes. Yeah, the thing of it is it can be interpreted in a few ways, really. And this is the thing. But the main thing I think is that you need to learn how to use the modes, because it's about having the correct sound for the application that you're trying to do. If you want something to sound rock, or if you want something to sound a bit weird and a bit out there, if you want it to sound jazzy, then what you need to be able to do is go, right, I know if I use that mode, it's going to give me that kind of personality. Yeah, so what it is, it's about the personality that a mode gives you. Now, we're very much used to thinking in that sort of binary idea of major and minor. Yes, the diatonic harmony way of thinking. But what happens with modes is it gives us some different sounds that we can tap into. And actually, major and minor themselves are modes, so they are modes of each other. Yeah, so this is what we're looking at. So being able to capture those the personality of those modes, it means that we can also capture a mood. We can create a mood. What's music? What is music at the end of the day? Yeah, it's emotion. It made sound. That's what it is. It's human emotion. And why do we write songs? And why does certain songs affect you in a certain way? It's because of that emotion that you're putting across there. Now, major and minor, like I say, those are the two main ones because Western music has dominated how we understand music for quite some time now. And I said last week, I think it all came about because of the piano, because the piano really ironed out the whole idea of this major minor thing. Really, that's when it became super popular, that major and minor was a thing. Now, the modes. Let's talk about the modes. I forgot who it was. I think it was Vicky or somebody put up Id Mal. Who was it? Who put it up? I can't remember who put it up. Id Mal. I wonder if I can put that in the chat. If I put it in the chat, will that work? Yeah. Id Right? Okay. Now what I've done here is, I've put that in the chat there, guys. And because I've put it in the chat, what I'm going to do, let me just wait for that to pop up there. And then what I could do is I can pop that in the broadcast. Right, you can see there it says IDPLMAL. The I is capital. Yeah, the D is lowercase. I marry this idea of how we kind of come up with this little sequence there. I'm going to add that again. To denote the tonality. We still have tonality going on here, guys. Yeah, the modes have a quality and they have a major or minor quality to them. So you can see, and the way I denote that is by showing you. Can you see there? Oh, hang on, let me put it up again. Where is it? There, boom. Where is it? Boom, there it is. So you can see there, it's like Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, and Locrian. Yeah, or Locrian. So you that's the names for them, But if it's uppercase, it's going to be a major mode. So this is the first thing to get your head around. There are major modes, there are minor modes, and actually, if we want to look at that last one, that Locrian mode, that's a diminished mode. We can think of it in that way because we can tie these to the chords in the key, as well. And I think this is the most sane way to look at it as well, as being related to the chords in the key. But what this is not going to rely on knowing that information. You could still play the modes without knowing the key, but with this, if we relate it to the key, and then what we could do is we can relate it to the chord type as well. So if you have a certain chord type, then what you want to be able to do is fit a scale that works on top of it that doesn't sound awful. It should enhance and boost the sound of the chord. And this is what modes do. Right, so what we've got these major and minor modes, and this diminished one. And what they do is they have a kind of a weight or a lightness to them. So some major modes, they're going to sound brighter, and as we get into the minors, they're going to sound darker. Just like we understand major means happy, sort of sounds bright and cheerful, and minor might be melancholic and sad. Okay, so we're going to have that kind of way of thinking about it. So already you should be thinking to yourself, modes equal moods. So if you want to write a solo or something, a sad melody, then you're not going to be tapping into the major modes. You're not going to be tapping into those. You'll be looking more towards the minor end of the spectrum, and that's the way I think of modes, from brightness to darkness. So there is a spectrum of kind of brightness to darkness. And I think that's the easiest way to look at it. Now, people always ask the modes, where do they get the names from? And like I said before, I use this little acronym. I'll find it again. IDPLMAL, IDPLMAL. That's how I remembered it. But I don't particularly like modes a lot. That's a mnemonic to remember that. So they've got these names, yeah, but the thing is, what we can do is you could do that to help you to remember them, but you could just easily just go Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, and Locrian. You could learn them in that order, yeah, so you could do that. Now, I know some of you guys have got your own acronyms for the modes, the sequence of the modes, and each of these modes here, basically, just listen to this, guys, in order. Yes, yeah, they link up to the chord in the key. So, right, we're waiting for this to just disappear. Will it disappear, or should I do this on a piece of paper? I'll do it on a piece of paper. Might make a bit more sense if I do it on a piece of paper. Let's get the paper out and let's do a bit of that. Yeah, because I want you to see this, right? So we've got this piece of paper here, and we're going to write out that IDPLMAL, IDPLMAL, yeah, which basically means we've got Ionian. Let me turn that sideways. Ionian. We've got Dorian. We've got Phrygian. We've got Lydian. We've got Mixolydian. We've got Aeolian. It always gets me that because there's 3 vowels in a row there. And then we've got Locrian. Okay? So we've got all of those there. So those are the modes. These are the names of the modes. Now, the names of the modes are basically derived from Greek regions. They are called the Greek church modes, yes? So they're called the Greek, sometimes called the church modes as well. We've got them there, right? Now, I think modes are a fascinating topic in themselves. But what we can do is, I want you to understand that when we look at this here, we're going to associate these with chords in a key. So if we're thinking about it from a diatonic perspective, then the way we look at these modes is they are derived from a key. So say I had the key of C major here, right? So I had the key of C major here. This would be chord 1 in C major. This would be chord 2. This would be chord 3. This would be chord 4, chord 5, chord 6, and chord 7. So you can see that what happens is, if I'm thinking in this, then I can associate these chords with the key. This is great for working out with the L7 grid as well. Is that focus okay on that sheet of paper, or do I need to configure anything? Let's just have a little look. I don't know if it's if we've got enough focus there. Are we all right? Is that a bit better? That's a bit better, isn't it? So look, so we've got that there, right? So now what we've got is so we can associate these. So this way you can see that what's happening is if we want, say, Dorian here, we derive it from the major. So the modes are derived, yeah, they're derived from the major key, right? So you could look at it in that way. They are derived from it. So yeah, I play a D. Someone's playing a D minor chord, then I play the D Dorian over the top of it. But notice that this has to match the root note of the chord has to match the mode. So D Dorian, that's what we'd play there. This one would be C Ionian, yeah? That would be a C there. And this is the problem that a lot of people have, is like this Phrygian here, yeah? This is an E minor. So if I take that E, then that gives me E Phrygian. Okay, in the key of C major, Phrygian, it's tonic chord, yes? The chord that it wants to resolve down to is going to be this E here, okay? Let's have a look. There's some let's have a look. Maybe use a springboard sound, build off the sound. Yeah, so it looks even more creepy when you put the major minor in. Yes, in dark places, love making lurks. That was that was the one. That was the one that I thought was interesting. Quite a memorable one. So if we're playing modes from C major, then for it to be a mode, we have to pivot off the sequence or bounce back to the sequence sum. I'll get a little bit more into that. Okay. What a nux is. I don't know what a nux. I don't know what that means. No push-ups, my shoulder hurt. Being dobbed in there. So why is Aeolian the relative minor of the Ionian key, given there are Dorian and Phrygian minor modes also in the major scale? Okay. There's no such thing as a stupid question as well, by the way. Well, the thing is, this is what I'm saying. This is the way of looking at it as being derived. And the other way that we can look at it as being a parallel idea. It's a parallel concept. Now, the thing is, if we derive it from the major, then there's a lot more that we could pull in from proper diatonic harmony. And this is the problem. And let me just explain, yeah? So people think, right, okay, I want to play Phrygian, and then what they do is they play it over a C major chord, because what's happening is we have this thing that is called the tonal center, okay? The tonal center is, I kind of think of it as being like a black hole that all the sounds are attracted to. Yeah, it's like a magnet, yeah? So it's like a magnet, right? And that magnet, what it wants to do, it wants to resolve. Everything wants to resolve around that, and this is what the thing that I did with the pedal here. So look, F here. If I'm in C major and I think to myself, right, okay, I think to myself, chord 4 is going to be F Lydian, okay? So that's what I need to know. I'll just run through these here so you can see where these are derived from. But I want you to marry the mode name with the chord. With the chord in the key. You can marry that there, right? And then we're going to go A minor. So that would be A Aeolian. And then this one would be B diminished, which would give us B Locrian, okay? Now, so that's how they are derived. And what we essentially do is when we want to exploit one of these, what we do is we say, all right, okay, I want to write something in Lydian. And this is where people go wrong. Look, guys, right, hang on. Right, okay, I want you to focus on this bit here because it's really important, okay? Because this is the difference between that parallel idea and the diatonic idea, so that where it's derived, okay? So if we want to think to ourselves, all right, we're going to play this here, yeah? We're going to play F Lydian, then what happens is the tonal center has to be, yeah, it has to be an F, right? Now what happens is once we start moving into this parallel, this idea of thinking of it as a parallel concept here, then what happens is the number of chords that we have reduces, because what we have to do is we have to avoid diminished chords, we have to avoid dominant chords, we have to avoid any chords that are going to want to pull us back to C major. Because you see, for C major, right, the tonal center is C. Let me just demonstrate that on the guitar, right? So, and this is what happens. So am I in a clean sound here? No, I'm not. I'll put it on a clean sound. I'll take that off, and we'll leave that on there. Right, so if I play a C major scale here, and I go, and I stop short of that seventh, you can hear the tension from that note wanting to resolve there, because yeah, that note is the tonal center. Even when I descend that as well, you can hear it. Can you feel the tension there? Because you're waiting for that release sound. And this is why, you know, some modes work better than others. Yeah, we'll find out when we get to good old Locrian, you know, stuffing everything up, but we'll get there. So what we do is we think about it in that manner. Now, when we think about it, let me just go over to my paper again. when we think about it in the parallel concept, yeah, so we're deriving the modes from the major, but when we think about it from the parallel concept, what we do is we relate it to the major scale formula. And this is why learning scale formulas are really important. Now, you need to learn these formulas off by heart. You know, if you want to conquer modes, you just need to learn them. They are actually, if I'm right in thinking, which is why this one's right at the back of the book there, we have the formulas for all of the modes in the back of the book there, and a few more besides. Okay, so we've got those in there. So what we can do is, by understanding that we generally use diatonic harmony and music theory, which is basically major and minor stuff, yeah, and then which we kind of shoehorn it. It's awful. We shoehorn it into this idea, right? And we of describing things in a similar manner. So that is the scale formula for the major scale. So that would apply to this. However, yeah, the tones and the semitones that are organized in there, which is why we did this like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, and if I put the 8 there, you can see we get step, step, half step, 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 half step. When we do that starting on the F, and this is what I mean, I'm saying we're deriving a mode from the major, then what happens is we get this idea, we can tap into the parallel concept here. So what happens is this scale, we get this instead. So we end up with something that is different. You can see we get a sharp 4 with this one, and we get a normal 4 with this. So that's a perfect fourth, and this is an augmented fourth or a sharp 4. We get that going on in there. Okay, so once we have this information here, then we can build our chords based on the structures that we're going to get in there. But we're going to get rid of some chords, and you know, frankly, that adds to the sort of ambiguity of some of these modes. But you just don't get as many chords as you would do with major. Yes, we've done this. We've worked everything out in previous lessons with the circle of thirds, and we did the looking at the full chord. You know, we can get 7 notes to stack on each other for each chord. If we don't think about it from a modal perspective, we can get 7 notes to stack on each other. We can get up to 13th chords. When you're playing modes, that if you mess it up, you're going to put a note in that you're going to feel it. It's going to want to go to C there. It's going to sound major, yes? So we have to make sure that we're always making sure that tonal center is where we are focusing on. And that's the idea behind this today. And hopefully, when I start going through this, you'll hear how this works. So that's what we're going to do. We're always comparing them, and this is the way that it works. And we do this with all scales, really. We're thinking of everything as coming from here. Yeah, this is the master kind of formula, and we just basically alter this and bend notes so it alters the steps and half steps until we get the sound that we want. And the sound that we want might be this. It might be the Lydian. Okay. Did you just say that even though we're in C major, we're playing Lydian that has a... Yeah, now this is the thing. So this is... this is where it gets... This is where the confusion maybe starts to sneak in. Yes, because the mode is derived. Yeah, but what we're doing is we're pulling that out of that. We're shining a spotlight on chord 4, and we're making that the most important chord. Yes, we're making that the most important chord. And when I say chord, I mean chord, scale, arpeggio. Okay, I mean all of that stuff, that good stuff there. And you've got to be, and like I say, you've got to watch out for which notes you play, because they will pull and steer you to other chords, right? So you do this. The funny thing is, yeah, when you play in C major, look. So I'll just say it like this: if you're playing this. I'm playing C major here, and like I did before, you heard that the tonal center was this C note, because that's the chord. Now that means I can play C major, which is C Ionian. The mode and the scale have the same structure. Okay. tonal center. Okay, now if I play A minor, which we know is chord 6, it's the relative minor. If I play that scale, the tonal center shifts and it follows. This is why you can, you can, and I think I probably, for the first couple of years of playing, just basically played everything in the same spot, And the chords do the work. Yeah, the chords do the work, but you don't realize is that sonically, if you hit specific notes, personality notes within the mode, then you will really feel the effect that note has on the chord that is happening underneath everything. Yeah, so there's a chord. It's always about this chord that is happening, in the now. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. I'm just going to check in on the chat here. Let's have a look. No, it doesn't matter the key. There are yes, Dem Ravens. It doesn't matter. There are always 7 modes. Each key. So we have 12 keys. Yes, let me write that down. I'm going to write that down on here as well because this is going for PDF Club, right? So there are 12 keys, right? And out of each of those keys, we get 7 modes, okay? And that's the way we're looking at it. Now, you might start thinking to yourself, well, that's scary, Ricky. There's a lot more scale patterns to learn here. But this is not the thing. That's not the case, because really, once you know the patterns, then we can transpose them to other keys easily. But the thing is, like I say, it's this, we're shifting between this idea of having this tonal center. The tonal center is everything, because that's going to tell you what chords you can play on top of stuff. Right, so what I've done is is everybody okay with everything there so far? Yeah, so like I say, derived from the key, we pull it out and we make that the feature of the chord. Now I wonder if I should do that like this. Do you know what? I'm going to do this because this is going to be useful. Right, so if we think about it, right, I'm going to do the key 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we've got the chords going around in a circle. This is key, yeah? And let me put the name of the modes there. Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian. Should have done with that capital M, because I like to keep the tonality in the spelling of the mode name. Aeolian, yeah, and then we get Locrian. Right, so here it's almost, we're getting into circle territories here, guys. So in a mode you would not want to use this. It depends which mode it is, yeah, because the thing is, the feature of that rattlesnake boy, it's the feature of the mode. That's the thing that's important. Now, if you remember, really, you see this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is based on the structure of the major scale. It's hiding there in front of you. So what we end up with is a whole, yes. I'll do W there to just, that's probably better. Whole, whole. So we go up whole, whole, and then we go up half, whole, 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 half. Okay? So look at that. Let me put that there like that. Underneath that is the structure. Have I done that right? Yeah, that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, super. Right. I should have done that on the inside there. That's probably better. Let me just amend this for a bit more clarity. You know how much I love this tape stuff. It's nearly on at the end of that one. So we've got whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. Remember that? Whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. What's that known as? Okay, what is that known as? Yeah? We know that as being the major, okay? That's the major structure. But the thing is, That is because we start on this note here. However, if we start on this note here on the 2, what happens is we're starting on this one, and everything just shifts over. And I kind of think about this as well. I kind of think about it from the perspective of people, of the importance of a cue. Think of it as a cue, yeah? That's the important person right at the front of the cue. But what we do is we switch this over. This is what I mean about it being derived. If we started on that one, what would happen is we'd get whole, half, whole, 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 half, and then we get whole again, yeah? So the thing is, the whole structure changes. Now, if we applied that as being to the scale formula, 5, 6, 7 there, then what you'll find is, yeah, whole to half. Hang on, have I done that wrong? Hang on. That doesn't work. No, it does. Whole to half. Right. So we get upper whole step, which is there. Whole step, half step, whole, 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 half. And then we get back to the root note, we go up a whole again. So hopefully that makes sense. And in doing so, we've altered that original major scale structure. So you can see we get root, second, third, fourth, fifth. We get a sixth, but it's a different kind of sixth. It's a major sixth. Okay, that's the difference between this and this is going to give us the spelling of Dorian. But what we could do is we could do that from all of them. If you go through, and you just like you might remember whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half for major, you could do the same thing for all of the modal formulas. But you don't need to do that. But it kind of helps if you are trying to plot this stuff out. Yeah, well, it's not a good colour to use, Ricky, but we're all right. We'll live with it. So we can carry that structure thing going around there, and that will tell you how we derive those scale formulas. Yeah, and that ties in with this idea of the parallel concept. So that's where I'm getting this from here, guys. Yeah. So if I started on that F, because we've already done that F Lydian. If you look, if I had the F there, that was my first note. I'm going to go root, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. So what I need to do is, to get this, I need to go up whole. From 4, I go up whole, whole, whole. Whole, whole, whole. Half, whole, whole. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we've got a half again at the end there. So if I go up from the root note, I go up a whole. There we go. That's a whole, whole, whole. We've got whole, whole. Right, then half. Then we go up whole. Then we go up whole. And then what we have to do is, to get to 8, we have to go up to half. But the thing is, you'll notice that the structure has changed. And what it does is, now the distance between that root note and that fourth is 1 fret higher. Yeah, and it's become a sharp 4. And that's how we kind of work this out. So these alterations to these scale formulas happen without you even having to do anything. Yes, you need to be able to see them. You need to be able to see them so that you can use this to be able to say, right, okay, my target note for this, because I'm playing F Lydian, you're here, or then what I need to do is I need to focus on that sharp 4, because that's the personality note that makes this Lydian here different from the major. Yeah, because the major's just root, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. Yeah, that's what we're doing here. Right, okay, so let me just catch up here. Let me just catch up. So somebody says, so Wilder says, let's look, I am focused. Bloody late again. Frank Yule says bloody late again. Did you say that even though we in C major playing the Lydian has a sharp, the Lydian scale formula, the scale formula has nothing to do with the alphabet letter. It has nothing to do with the alphabet letter. You can start anywhere and you can get this. You just got to know how to modify your major scales. Find out where the 4 is, alter it. Find out where a third is, Make the alterations as we go through, okay? Let's have a look. If you're playing Lydian, would F be best as the starting chord? Yes, Kai, because that's the parent chord. Yes, there's a parent chord for all of these. Yeah, I'm going to go through these as well. I'm going to play them. I'm going to play them for you so you can hear them. Yeah, so you have to specify you're using the major scale as a template. It can be used. Yes. Yes, so Max says that. Where's Max in here? They put this up here. Let's have a look. Let's add this. Right, okay. Yeah, so Max says, oh, that's the wrong colour for doing that. There we go. You have to specify that you're using a major scale as a template. The template, yeah, this is why everything is, we're thinking about it like it is, these are derived from major, but this parallel concept, and it's the way we do it. It's the easy way of memorising scale formulas. You know, which is easier? Whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half, whole, whole, half, you know, or root, second, third, sharp 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think the number way of doing it is a lot easier. Yeah, it's a lot easier. So let's have a look. The chat is very good. Very informed is the chat. So Greg says the notes are always that of C major, but in every mode. But because you change the tonic, the intervals between notes change, but the notes don't change. Exactly. So in this instance, the notes wouldn't change. Yeah, the notes wouldn't change. If we go back to this here, you can see the chords C, D. The root notes for each of these chords are the C major scale. C, D, E, F, G, A, B. There's no weird alterations happening to make this into a Lydian. It happens naturally, and that's because this F has taken the first place in the Q, if you will, from that circle idea there. Yeah, because that F's taken that position there, we get whole, whole, whole now. It's not step, step, half step. It's not related to that anymore. Yeah, so we can think about it in that way. Okay, and then once we think about it in that way, then we're attacking it as this idea of the parallel concept. What's his name? Joe Satriani does a thing called axis. Pitch axis, where you use one chord. Now, this is a beautiful thing, I think, as well with rock specifically, because we play a lot of power chords, and I'm just gonna say it because it's like, when I come round, you'll go, all right, okay, you said that before, and then it'll just reinforce it. I'm just going to say that power chords, they've got a root note and they've got a fifth. They're very, very basic in sound, yeah. And there's only one mode that will not fit on top of power chords, and that is Locrian, because that has a flat 5, because it's a diminished mode. This is the way we're thinking about it, okay? So somebody says, okay, so was talking about interval, not the note. Intervals, yes. Yeah, so in a mode you would not want to use the second, third, fifth or sixth. We get into that. We do it mode by mode basis, really. So it's just a different starting place, but no notes in the key change. Yeah, no notes change. So it is a different starting point. Yes, so Jason says, so if a song solo was constructed in F Lydian, then the chords need to be the root, second, third, sharp 4, 5, 6, 7. But does F become the root of the sharp 4? So 3 is F and 5 G sharp. No. If we're in we're in F Lydian. No, we're in still the same notes of C major there. So 3 is F and 5 is G sharp. I think F is. There's no addition of sharps or flats. You don't add any notes into there, right? So it's the major scale. Okay, all right, we got that there. Let's have a look. Scrolling down. In Lydian, your tonic would be the fourth note of the parent major key. Yes, exactly. Let's go. F becomes the root. The sharp 4 is the Lydian colour note. The note that gives it its personality. Frank Yule says, all of this to what end? Which is absolutely brilliant. That is what you've put there, because it is interesting. Can I say there is a difference between the root and the tonic? Yes. The root is relating to the chords or scale. Tonic is relating to the key and the tonal center of the mode. Does that make sense? The tonal center of the mode. So the tonic is the tone. It's the tone that is the most important tone. So that's what you've got to think about it as the tonic. But sometimes we call the tonic the first chord, yeah, the tonic as well, yeah. So roots are more related to the chord structure, which is within the key or the mode, okay. So how does this learn me to play a song? We're getting there. My ears are all so modal. No, my knees hurt. It doesn't, right? I'm going to show you, okay. I'm going to show you. I think we've done a bit too much paper stuff. Let me just go down. I'm going to use E major I'm going to use E as an example. Okay, to the Google, not to the Google. Mixed Lydian goes well with dominant chord. Yes, with the flat 7. I agree. It confuses me. We're getting there. I'm just making sure there's nothing there. Dark Gent. C is the tonic, but in Lydian, F becomes well, F becomes, if you're playing in Lydian, F becomes the tonic, the tonal center. Tonic is the tonal center. Think of it in that way. I'm going to show you that. Okay, right. Okay. I'm not going to do 3-note. You can visualize the concept nicely with 3-note per string patterns. But the thing is, you see, this is the thing, Davis, yeah, right? And this is my problem. This is the problem that I think with modes is people see the pattern as a 3-note per string pattern, and then that's all a mode can ever be. Yeah, that's all a mode can ever be, and they get stuck in that. Okay, there is a difference between the root and the tonic. Yes. Right, okay. So look, we've got this. I'm going to do this here. I'm going to do this in E, yeah? I'm going to use E as the tonal center throughout this, okay? So we've got this E here. Now what I'm going to do is, like I've done in the book, I've done, what we do is we have this octave shape, and I think of that as being bookends, okay? Because what we could do is we can play any scale within that sort of shape there. Let me just zoom in a wee bit there. Can I zoom in? Right, that's perfect. Right, let's go there. Okay, so what we've got is we've got this here. This is an E, okay? Because this is going to be our tonic. It doesn't matter what mode we're in, yeah? And then we're going to go use this note here as our tonic as well that we've repeated. And there it is again. But we can also think of this as being the root note for a scale or a chord, okay? So there is an E major chord. And I can play through all of that, and I can include that open E string, because what's happening is I'm just putting another root on the bottom there. So this is chord 1 Ionian. We're going to look at this as Ionian. Or the other way we know it is major. So what I do is I've got the octave, and then I apply the scale formula, yeah, which is root, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, root. So it makes sense that when I play this, yeah, so here when I hit that E, everything resolves to that sound there, because that's the tonic. That's the tonic of that there. So I'm just playing that net there, okay? Yes, Richard, you're gonna have to study this a while if you want to get it under your belt, because it's a bit Schrodinger's cat, you know. It is a little bit like that. Okay, so hopefully you hear that works there. Now what I can do, yeah, is I can say to you, right, so that is chord 1. So we're thinking about this as being related to being chord 1. If this was chord 1, yeah, I could have a major 7 on it. So look at this. And you'll start to see that scale notes pop up in your shapes. Yeah, so there. Okay, so we can get that sound there. But equally, this, what we need to do is, if we were thinking about this in key, that would be chord 1, chord 2 would be here, chord 3 would be here, chord 4 would be here. Okay, we can think about it in that way. Chord 1 would be here, chord 5 would be here, chord 4 would be here as well. So we can move around. This is home. This is home, and it's an E chord. And let me just move that over this way a little. I'm gonna put it here, so I can put that there. So you can hear that that's home. Now I can extend that, and I could say, right, okay, major sevenths. I generally think that seventh chords are really easy to fit into modal chord progressions. No, Jeff, we're not in C major anymore. We're using this here. If we were in C major, this tonal center here, I would have tuned this note to C. Yeah, I would have tuned this to C. Okay. I'm gonna get there, Johnny. Okay, I'm gonna get there with all of these. We're gonna go through all of the modes. Right. So what we can do. Am I seeing the shape Ionian or whole half? I'm seeing the chords, the scales, and the arpeggios. I'm seeing the intervals. I'm seeing that the major 7 is there, the octave is there, the 6th is there, the 5th is here, the 4th is here, 3rd is here. Yeah, the 2nd would be there or there. So I'm seeing the intervals because I've memorized those scale formulas. Yeah, the scale formulas are the thing that help you. This is why you learn them. And I did a lesson on this before. Yeah. So let's have a look. Yeah, can I zoom in on that? Zoom in. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. So the scale formulas there, and the one I'm looking at is major. This one. There we go. That's what I'm thinking. Root, 2nd. Yeah, and when it says that formula, root, major 2nd, major 3rd, perfect 4th, perfect 5th, major 6th, major 7th. That's what it's saying there. Okay, that's what's being said with that. Okay, so that's the way we're looking at that. Now, let me just give you the diagram. Let me do a diagram for this, because then you'll start to see it a little bit better. And what I've done is I've got this here. Okay. So let's have a look. This is a bit zoomed in, I think. We need to zoom back out. Okay, so now what we've got, because this is an E, I'm using E as my tonal center. Okay, throughout all of this, the tonal center is E. Okay, everything is revolving around that note there. So this is major. It applies for major as well. Ionian. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to fret 7 here, right? Because this note here is an E as well. Okay, so that's fret 7. So E Ionian, yes, indeed, yes, Jeff. So we're going to go there. That's going to be my root. This one here is going to be the 2nd, right? And I'll write these out as in scale degrees: 4th, 5th, 6th. 7th, and then I'm going to put root there again because that is the root, and that's the pattern that I'm playing there. Okay, now I can extend it. I can keep on going up and play it as a box pattern, if you will, you know. And if I was going to do that, then I'd put my 2nd there and maybe my 3rd there. And if I did that, then what you can see, hopefully, underneath that, you'll see the chord that lives with this. Okay, because what we end up with is, can you see the 5R3 where that lives? And then all you have to do is bar across there. Can you see? You would bar across there and it would be an A-shaped E major chord. Okay? That's not the only place you can play that there. Okay? It's not the only place you can play that. So that is E major, right? And the thing is, the formula for that is root, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. They're the same thing, but these are related to chord 1, okay? So we're going to look at it as that, chord 1. We're thinking of chord 1 whenever we do this. And then an application, and I could put that anywhere. This is completely transposable. Look, I mean, I'm just switching to G for a minute, the key of G, okay? Right? Okay, I'm in G here. You can see that what I did is I played root, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and then I'm back to the root note there. But look, this is how it applies. You can apply this to the grid, guys. You can apply it to the grids, yes? There's 4. Now if I play that scale... Oh, hang on, I've done that. Yeah, so... You can hear it sound... Okay? We can play that there, okay? And then... So we can apply it to the grid, okay? The L7 grid. Hopefully that makes sense there, guys. But essentially what we're saying with this, because we've got this tonal center of E, yeah, that is going to be we're classing that as the root note, the tonic for chord 1, yeah? Okay? I'll just do that there. Make sure it is an E. We can base everything from that now. We can base that. Yes, G major, 1 sharp, F sharp, only one you know. Roland's got it. Yes, exactly, Roland. Have you... Yeah, let me just put that up on the thingy, because Roland's just added something really valuable to the chat there, right? So the thing is, Roland's put that there, and you can see he's just starting on a separate... the next notes along, yeah, from the parent major scale, if you will. Let me just bang that up again. From the parent major scale. The modes are derived from the parent major. Okay? They're derived. So hopefully that makes sense. There's no extra notes gone in there, is there? Dorian, right? Or anything else like that. Now, this is interesting. This is interesting because what I want to show you is, if we think about it, whenever we play in a key and we think to ourselves, all right, okay, chord 2. I'm thinking to myself in E major. This is E major here. This is chord 2. That's going to be my root note for the Dorian mode. Yeah, so I get a different... But did you hear how when I went to the E, that went... everything resolved there, didn't it? Everything resolved to that E. So this is what I'm saying. The pull to the parent tonic is strong. So you've got to be careful how you put your chords on top of stuff. Which is why I was saying about power chords. This works because there's a root and a fifth in the next scale along, which is Dorian. Yes, there is, Phil. There is. There's the demolished chord, the demolished mode. Right, so here we've got that there. Now that's just a fact sheet there, guys. But what you can do is you can see, I can see from that, I can extrapolate. I can think to myself, oh look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just going to draw this out here, right? I'm going to go to the 7th fret, and I can see I've got a root, and I could bar all the way across there. Right, I'm going to bar all the way across there, and then what I could do is I can see I've got the 5th, I've got the 7th, I've got the 3rd there, and what that's going to do, I'll just put that in for the sake of it. This is going to give me a major 7 chord. The major 7 chord's hidden inside this scale. Look, there's the 5th, there's the 7th, there's the root, there's the 2nd, there's the 3rd. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. So I can think that's an easy win. Yeah. Now you can't put a flat 7 in because you're changing it completely then. Right, let's do another one of these. Now we're going to keep this modal tonal center. Yeah, still going to be E. We're still playing at the 7th fret. Yeah, we're still playing at the 7th fret. We've got an E as our root note. Now what we're going to do is, right, and what did I say before? We had Dorian. Okay, Dorian. And Dorian is essentially, it's a minor mode, right? And you'll see why. And it belongs to chord 2. Yeah, it's got a root, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. Now we said it had a flat third, and this is what makes it minor. It's got a flat third there, guys. Yeah, but it has a flat 7 as well. Yeah, so we can start to see how this is going to affect the scale. So let's put just put the octave in here. Okay, does that make sense? You can see there's the octave, there's the A-shaped octave. These are my bookmarks. Sorry, my bookends. Yeah, and I'm going to go, right, okay, second lives there, flat third lives there, and the next is the fourth is there, the fifth is here, and then what happens is we get the flat 7. Well, that's going to live just here. And then what happens is we've got the same thing going on, but we can also look and we can see, all right, well, what chords can we get out of that? We can get minor chords. We can also get minor 7 because we've got a minor 7 just there. Okay, so we can think to ourselves, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, this is the thing we're going to do. Let me just put this root, 5th, and then we're going to go root 5th, flat 7, and then we're going to go flat 3rd there, and then we'll go 5th there. Put that across there, kill that there, and this is going to be a minor 7 chord. Okay, you're going to hear this. This is going to be massively different. But I'm going to play it for you as well. Am I missing something off there? I am. I'm missing one. I'm missing my 6th. I need my 6th because that's the money note. That's the personality money note. Is that one? Yeah. Right. Okay. So look at this. Look at this. This here. So if I take this pattern now, look. Remember, I had this E before. Right, and I played the major and it went like this. Now if I change that scale formula to match the one that I wrote down there, yeah, then what happens is I get the root, 2nd, flat 3rd. Now automatically you can hear it. If I offer that against this open here, we can hear the contrast. You can hear that tension. So there's tension immediately there. Yeah. What's that? It reminds me of Twisted Firestarter. What is it? So we go there. There's the 4th. There's the 5th. There's the 6th. Which sounds bright. The flat 7 against it. Get a bit more tension. Okay. Now I know the thing is this is the 2nd mode, right? Let me just zoom out on this actually. So this is the 2nd. This is the 2nd mode. It's Dorian. The parent major for that is a whole step down. That's what I've got to avoid. If I want it to sound Dorian, I've got to avoid it going down to that major tonic. But here, so if I keep it here, and everything focused around this chord here, here's an E minor here. Take that pinky off, get an E minor 7. Yeah? You can hear that goes there now. So they've got a bass player. Oh, hang on, I've got a bass player. Yeah? Does this make sense? Now I've switched to major. So look, this is yes, Danny, you can still play in the C pattern, but you're hitting that tonal center. This is a tonal center of E. Okay, this is what this is. It's an E tonal center. Okay. Yeah. So you can hear that's got a particular quality on that, and that's 6 major 6 sounds a bit weird. And the flat 3rd. Okay. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Major, right? So I've got a major chord there, and I'm thinking that's chord 1, right? And if it's chord 1, then it's going to be Ionian. And I play the Ionian pattern, which is the same as major. If this is chord 2, however, then I know it's going to be a minor chord, because remember what I said to you for homework the other week. Remember the sequence of the chords: major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished. Okay? Does this make sense? So this is E Dorian. Yes. E Dorian. Indeed. Yes. Who put that there? Who put that there? Hang on, let me turn that off. Who put that? There's too many Y's at the moment. Yes. Okay. So F Dorian would have no sharps. It would have no sharps at all, Jeff. The thing is, I think what you're doing is you're thinking this is in E. Yeah, all right, F Dorian. Yeah, Father Charles goes down. D sharp. That's going to be that's going to be E. Yeah, it would have 4 sharps. You're right, actually. What the hell am I talking about? Yeah, so yeah, it would have 4 sharps because we're in the key, the major, the parent major key that we derive the E Dorian from. Yeah, is D major. Does that make sense? Yeah, well, this is the thing, Phil. You know, it's all of this stuff. You just need to get one tonal center going, right? As I play through them, it'll make more sense. This is the thing that happens. You know, you heard the major, and then when I went to play the Dorian, you could hear it change. The mood changed completely. Okay. Now the funny thing is years ago, Dorian was the first scale. Yeah, it was the most. It's what most music was written in pre-600 AD, something like that. I think it was, and this was because of folk music. So this is a really important one. So you get a lot of folk music in Dorian. You get jazz. Dorian, if you want to learn some jazzy stuff, then you can put the Dorian in there. But you need to understand, if you want it, you have to put it on the right chord. Yeah, so this is an E minor 7. Same thing. Just the same thing here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the next one. I'm going to be very, very thorough here. Oh, let's have a look. She's downstairs. She's gone downstairs. Right, let's have a look. We've got that one there. Where's a sheet? Let's do this. So, the next mode. We're just going through these modes in order. Okay? We're going to get the next mode, which is Phrygian, if I can write today. It's one of those days. So this is another minor mode, right? And it's related to chord 3, right? And you'll be able to see in a minute when I get this. Root, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. The Phrygian, right? It's heavily altered. Yeah, we've still got a tonal center of E. We're still using that 7th fret here to put that E on there as a root note. We're still encapsulating it in the bookends, which is this octave, this A-shaped octave here, right? But we need a new formula for this now because of the way we derive it from the parent scale. This needs to change, and then what we end up with is we end up with root. So with the Phrygian, we end up with a root. We get a flat 2nd. We get a flat 3rd. So already, when we start flattening notes, we start getting tension. We've got a 4th, we've got a 5th, and then we've got a flat 6th, and we've got a flat 7. So you can see it's heavily altered from the major scale. So you take a major scale, you flatten the 2nd, you flat the 3rd, you flat the 6th, you flat the 7th, you get Phrygian. Okay? Okay? All right, it's tricky. It's tricky to get your head around, right? Okay, so don't worry about it. But look, so now I'll put this here and I'll put that on there. Flat 2nd, flat 3rd, got a 4th, got a 5th, got a flat 6. I'm going to put the flat 6 just here. And then we've got the flat 7 here. And you see the scale pattern has changed. But the funny thing is though, if I want to think about it from this perspective, I could put the flat 3rd here, and I'm going to put the 5th here as well, because what I want you to root. Do you know what? I'll put the. Do I put it in there? No, I just want to get the chord out. That's all I'm after. I'm after the chord because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The chords that I could type that I can have with this, I can have minor. Because look, it's got a minor 3rd, so it's going to be a minor tonality. It's got a flat 7, so I can have a minor 7 chord as well. And that's what I'm going to do here. Root, 5th, flat 7, flat 3rd. Oh, we get the 5th there. So this is all at the 7th fret. You can have that open E string there. Okay? So hopefully it's complex, guys. It's not easy. Yeah, it's not easy stuff, is this? Yeah. If it was easy, then well, this is the thing. This becomes one of those barriers to the next step. Okay? This becomes a. Do you know what? I'll put it in because it's like I'll play it. I'll just end up playing it anyhow. Flat 3rd, 4th. Flat 3rd, 4th, 5th. Right, so hopefully you can see I've just extended that a bit there, but root. I'm just going to play that there, but what we're going to do is I'm going to put my little E notes. This is an E note, okay? So this is what's playing here. This is what's playing, and I'm playing this scale here. So I'm going to play the E. I'll play this note. Can you hear the tension on that? Yeah, listen to the flat 3rd. Yeah, you can hear that it sounds Spanish. Right, I'm going to play the 4th, the 5th, flat 6, then the flat 7. So if I switch to guitar now, so now I do is I apply that scale pattern. Yeah. Now this is the thing. Look, I said this was. It could be that. You can have that chord underneath it, so you can. Can you hear it? Gives me a completely different effect. Here's Dorian. Same chord, okay? Because they can use the same chord. Yep. So there's that minor 7 just there. Now, because this is chord 3, here's where the parent major will want me to resolve. Yeah, this is what happens because you play this scale. And you can hear that now that automatically goes with that one because this is chord 3, this is chord 2, and this is chord 1. Okay? That's the 3rd note up. We can think of that as root note for chord 1, which is Ionian, root note for chord 2, which is Dorian, and this is the root note for chord 3, which is Phrygian. Yes, Wilder, there can only be an E Phrygian in C major. Yes, indeed. Okay, so that's the one. Okay, you can hear that. Now, if you're into your metal, then you need to get Phrygian down because of that menacing half step. Yeah, you need that for all that sort of stuff. Okay. Well, we're with this. See, even when I'm playing this E Phrygian here, they're all natural notes because really we're playing the same notes as C major, but we're starting from the 3rd note in the C major scale. Yeah, and we're making that the important note, not that one anymore. That one, which is why we do that. that there. Right, next. Right, hopefully that makes sense. So we've done Phrygian. We need to do the next one along. Yes, okay. Okay, so we're doing the next one along. So the next one along is going to be, well, we had Phrygian. Remember, the order goes, I don't particularly like modes a lot. We associate the chord with it. Chord 1, chord 2, chord 3, chord 4, chord 5, chord 6, chord... don't need another one of those. Chord 7. Okay, so now what we're doing is we're doing Lydian, which is this one. Okay, so we're doing Lydian. Now the formula for Lydian, which we've already looked at before, was root, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, but it had a sharp 4. The thing to note is it has a major 3rd, so Lydian is a major mode, right? And it belongs to chord 4 from the diatonic key that we are deriving it from, okay? So that's what's going on there. So let me do this again. E, do the 7th fret, okay? Let's do the E here. Let's put our bookends in, right? And we'll add this to it. Root, 2nd lives here. We've got a 3rd. We're going to put the 3rd here. But we've got a sharp 4. The 4 would normally be here, but we've got to raise it. So that's where we find the sharp 4, just lives there. Then we've got the 5th that is here. Then we've got the 6th that is here. And then we've got the 7th that is here. Okay? We could flesh it all out. I could flesh it all out. I could put another 2nd here. I put another 3rd here. And that's enough, actually. Because what I can show you here, that this is a major chord. Because look, we've got the 5R3 thing living just there. Look, whoosh. That's where you'd bar across. But also, here's the thing. This is to start to become interesting. Because what we can do here is we've got a major 7 in here. So we can have major chords, right? But we can also have major 7 chords. And we had that already when we looked at this, yeah? Major. And we had major 7 chords for Ionian. So you'll see that there's a lot of similarities between Lydian and major. But the thing that's going to make it sound really Lydian is pulling out the personality of that note there. So let me just put this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we've got root, we've got 5th, we've got 7th there, we've got a 3rd there, we've got a 5th there, we'll bar across there, we'll kill that one. We'll put that at the 7th fret. Okay, does this make sense? So we've got that there. Now this is one of the, this is a doozy, is this one, and this is the brightest major mode. The modes have different brightnesses, like I said. So this is the super bright one. E. We've got root, 2nd, 3rd, sharp 4. Now listen to that against this. That's the sound that we get. That's the sound. What happens is this scale introduces this tritone. Okay, the devil's interval. Let me put this. So you hear this resolve, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to target that sharp 4 now. Root, 2nd, 3rd. So E Lydian is a parallel mode. Yes, these are all parallel. I'm playing them as parallel modes. Yeah. Yeah, so we got that there. Okay. I declare I see 3 note per string, which makes this really easy. And it does and it doesn't. Yeah. But what we're doing is just put it in 1 octave. Yeah. See, that's playing it as the 3 note per string. And therein is the problem. Okay. That's the problem. If I play it as 3 note per string, what happens is it's harder to track your tonal center, because unless the bass player's there playing a note like this, you'll play the scale shapes, and what happens is everybody ends up going back to the E string where the first finger is. Yeah, so 3 note per string for this. Yeah, we can see that there. These are 3 notes per string. Yeah, but it doesn't sound Lydian anymore. If I had that off, hang on. If I turn that off, the only reason it was sounding Lydian was because of that E tonal centre. But if I start this here, now it sounds B major. It's sounding B major. It's not sounding Lydian anymore. Yeah, so okay. So we've got that going on there. Okay, so that's the Lydian. Guys, you just need the pedal note. Do you remember Ben's channel with his drone notes? His drone notes on his channel? Find those drone notes. Whack one of those out. Right, let's get on to the next one. Let's fire through these because I don't know what the score is. We've probably done first half. Let's have a look. Where are we at? So remember, we're at chord 5 now, which is Mixolydian. Hang on, that's noisy. Mixolydian, which is chord 5. Okay. Now, chord 5 is a special chord because we can do lots with it. 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, the only difference between major and Mixolydian is that Mixolydian has a flat 7. That's the personality note there. Really, it does the thing. But notice it's got a major third, so it is a major mode. Okay, it's a major mode. Going from here, E, right? 7th fret again. We're going to go E here, put us bookends in. Got a root note there. Let's apply this scale to it. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. We get the 6th. But what happens is we get the flat 7 just here. So the scale pattern just changes a little bit. Get a 2nd here, going to get a 3rd here. Now this is the difference, yeah, with those other ones before. Look at the placement on this chord, this one here. So going in says, when I need to practice with 3 notes per string, I just need to start and end on the tonal centre. Yes. Yeah, make a game out of it. That's it. Have a note underneath it. Can you use a parallel mode? Don't go down that route. Let's just finish this one off, Richard. Yeah, so look at this. Look at the 7, the type of 7 we have in Lydian. And in fact, the one that we had in major as well. Major 7, major 7. However, that flat 7 changes everything here. What happens is we get dominant 7, okay? We get a dominant 7th in here. So we can still play major, but what we end up playing is we end up playing dominant 7th chords as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do this here. Okay, so we've got a root, we've got a 5th, we've got a flat 7 there. We've got a 3rd here, and we've got a 5th here. Okay, that's at the 7th fret, bar across there. We get the same thing. So let me just play through these. Yeah. Don't even tell me. Okay. So do we need to start focusing on that? Meaning like flat 7. So I used to knowing the notes, then without knowing it would be a B note. Intervals, yes. Let me just say it. We need to know note names so that we can find tonics for keys, for root notes, for chord scales and arpeggios. We might need to know them for a whole bunch of other reasons, but those are the 2 main reasons. Other than that, once you're in the key and you've established you know what key you're in, then you need to start thinking about things in your chords in terms of tonality and how you can expand those up to the upper extensions, up into the full, what I call the full chord, up to the 13ths. Yeah, and then what you need to be thinking about is right, what intervals are living inside those chords, and what are the scale degrees will inform you what intervals you can play. Does this make sense? And I talk about this before in Synonym in that Rosetta Stone video. So let me just get on this one. This is okay. There is now that's quite a bright sounding major, but it's not like major. Listen, here's major. Can you hear you got that T-do? But with this you got Tordo. So it's a little darker. Yeah, so it's a little bit darker, and I kind of think Lydian is the brightest. Let me put that on there, and I'll switch between them. Right, okay. Okay, so this is major. Yeah, I can play it with that chord there as well. Yeah. Now if I go to Lydian, mysterious, but it still works with that major 7 chord. But now, because if I play this dominant chord, Dorian, yeah, and Mixolydian, yeah, over dominant chords, yeah. Yeah, it works. But that Mixolydian, yeah, so that sounds completely different. Yeah, this doesn't go do, re, mi. You can hear it there. C Ionian or F Lydian or G Mixolydian. Yes, Scott. Exactly, Scott. Yeah, but you've got to have the tonal center. If you play a C, it's all going to sound like C major. Yeah, if you played an F, it's going to sound like F Lydian. Yeah. Okay, does this make sense? So those. Yeah. And then, but this is a cool one. Yeah, I got that there. I could put 7th chords. I can even plot them out, actually. This is where I see one of my favourite 7th chords living in here. I could have that and that there, but I do prefer to play my dominant 7th chords like that, because I can see that the 9 is just easy to get there. I know it says 2, but remember, 2 is 9, 4 is 11, 6 is 13 when we look at the compound intervals that we did last week. That's Mixolydian, guys. Right, okay, let's do another one. Let's do this one. But how do you decide which mode to play? Well, the thing is, you know, it depends on the style of music that you're playing. Yeah, so there's some interesting different ways of playing these. Let me just plot this one out here, Scott. Now this is Aeolian, also known as the relative minor. This is the same as the minor, okay? Because it belongs to chord 6, which is, if we think about diatonic key, yeah, then the chord 6 is the same as chord 1 on the half set, which is bends or hammer-ons. As long as you hit, it doesn't really matter. Those are textures. It's up to you. That's how you express yourself there, Richard. Yeah. So this is a minor mode. It's a minor mode, is this, and it goes root, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. Right. This has got a major 2nd, got flat 3rd, it's got flat 6th, and it's got a flat 7. Okay, that's how you spell that one. Notice it's the flat 3rd that makes it minor. Let's bang this shape on here. We've got an E here, got the root note here. So let's put this on. 2nd lives here, flat 3rd lives here, the 4th lives here. We've got the 5th lives here, the flat 6 lives here, and then we get the flat 7 just there. So that's the whole of that shape there. Now what I could do, you know, is I could, you know, I will do. I'll put that there, because what I need you to be able to see with this is where I can pull these chords out. Now chords wise, I can get a minor and I can get a minor 7. Notice that, guys. Minor, minor 7. You get that on all 3 of the minor chords. Okay? Okay? So we could do that. So let me put this one on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now this means, okay, with the major and the major and the Lydian, I could play major 7 chords. With the dominant, with the Mixolydian, I could play dominant chords. With the Aeolian, the Phrygian, and the Dorian, I can play minor 7 chords. So we've got root, 5th, flat 7, flat 3rd, 5th. There's my bar, 7th fret. Same chord, it's an E minor 7. So I've got an E minor 7, and I think to myself, okay, say it was a 1 chord jam, yeah? There is, you know, you've got that thing. If you've got a bass player who plays funk, there's plenty of 1 chord jams in E specifically. Yeah, so we've got that there. Same chord as before, but now this is a safe one because this is how you sound minor. There's the minor 7. E Mixolydian. Yes, John. John's got it. It's annoying, is that? John's got it. E Mixolydian is the same scale as A major. Exactly. But the thing is, you can't think of it when you think about it. Does anybody remember that old Clint Eastwood film where Firefox, where he's got to steal that state-of-the-art airplane, and it's like the guidance system and everything else like that. It's like it reads your mind, and it says you've got to think in Russian to fly it, to operate it. Yeah, so he has to think in Russian, not in American, because he's an American guy, all right? And this is the kind of the way that you got to think about modes. So even though, yeah, that is correct, that E Mixolydian is the same scale as A major because it's derived from it, yeah, you've still got to think to yourself, E is the tonal center. You've still got to change, you know what I mean? You can't think in A major or else it won't fly, yeah? It won't fly. You won't get Mixolydian. You'll get A major. That's what it'll sound. That will be the sound that comes out, guys. Yeah, right, okay. Hopefully that makes... Does anybody remember that film? I think I went to the cinema to see that. Firefox. So we got this here. So She's a Rainbow is Dorian. Yeah, yes, I think it is. B scale flat starting on B flat scale starting on C. Bit more. I'd have to look at that. So Create Love Happy. Would root, flat 3rd, flat 6 chord work for Phrygian? Flat 6 is a funny one, you know, because what you're kind of saying is, with Phrygian, I would always think that would be a minor 6 chord, and for it to be a minor 6, it has to have, sounds weird, it has to have a major 6 in it. So a flat 6 ends up becoming a sharp 5, which becomes something completely different, which we don't want to get into. Yeah. Not in this. So Roland says, so the fingers tap on the same place fret on the interval name. Only the interval names change. Yeah, the interval names change. That's a good way to look at it. Okay. So this is the beautiful one. I think A minor is kind of the two main scales I think of for somebody like Gary Moore. Yeah. You've got Aeolian and you've got Mixolydian. He loved, and along with the blues scales and all that sort of stuff as well. Yeah, but that's what's going on. Yeah. Yeah, so we've got to think about this as well. So this is chord 6. Yeah, can tie it into the grid. Here's chord 5. Can you hear how that note still works? Yeah, because we're in sort of like classic rock. They use this idea in classic rock all the time. Getting a rub there between those. Yeah, I think it's even take off your head, kick off your shoes, and you ain't going anywhere. That one. Yeah, so yes, so can you still relate Mixolydian to F relative minor? Yes, but you've got to kind of, I think it's easier to think in the major. You just flip it to think. For me, anyhow, thinking about it, I think. All right, what is that in the major? Because the major and the minor, they're just kind of like. Or if you wanted really, what you do is you think to yourself. Well, it's chord 6, so it's a step down to get to the Mixolydian. So you've got to make it all, you know, because that would be there. Now that works. It didn't at first because it took your ear. Your ear had to bend it. Yeah. Yeah. So that's another brick in the wall is in D minor, I think. Or is it? It might be. There. Yeah, it's, you're in D minor with it. Yeah. But the thing is, you see, and Gary's put Santana loves Dorian. Yes, you can do that, and I love like a Dorian vamp on something like that. Let me put that a bit down. Yeah. So, okay. John says, thanks all lad, I'm now going into bed mode. Yeah, so there's lots of ways we can tie into this. Now, I could, for the sake of completeness, and I will do this for PDF Club, I will finish this off with the Locrian mode. The thing to know about the... I'm going to have to do it. I need to do it. Yes, we're going to have to do it. Right, okay, because it shows you how it all works. Right, okay, we're going to do the last mode, which is Locrian, yeah? Which is chord 7, which is diminished, right? It's diminished. It's not minor, right? Because what we've got is we've got this flat 5. I'm going to go to fret 7 there. We've got the E. We've got the root note here. Now, because the thing with Locrian is it's the most altered note there. Yeah. Good night, John. Yeah, I've done enough to send you to sleep. So what we've got with this is we've got root, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. Now, this is the most altered. The note, the easiest way I think about it is this is the note that doesn't get altered, the root. So flat 2nd, flat 3rd, flat 5, flat 6, flat 7. So you see that if you take a major scale and you do that, you alter all those scale degrees to be minors there, minor 2nd, minor 3rd, diminished 5th, minor 6th, minor 7. So you can see here we've got the minor 3rd, we've got the flat 5. And if you remember, root, flat 3rd, flat 5th, that is a diminished triad, okay? Wobbly bob. This is the wobbly bob mode, yeah? Wobbly bob. Right, now, so what I'm going to have to do is if I apply this here, flat 2nd, flat 3rd, the 4th is unaltered, but then I've got to put the flat 5 here, which brings that tritone in there as well, yeah? So that tritone appears again. And then what we can do is we can bring the flat 6th in here. Flat 6 goes here, and then the flat 7 goes just here. And then actually, if I was going to plot this out, I want the flat 3rd there. And what else am I going to put in? Because I need to build the chord. I could build the chord. No, we've got enough to build the chord. So on this one, we're going to have diminished, right? Or we're going to have minor 7 flat 5, which is also known as half diminished. Yeah. Looks like that, or you can have it like that. Okay, minor 7 flat 5, same thing, but chord wise, I'm just going to play the minor 7 flat 5 because I think that's the most relevant one. Now, the only reason I think for learning this is to have the position, because you know that this is the 7th mode. It's basically it belongs to a parent major key. So if you don't have this pattern down, then you're gonna miss out. So we get a root, we're gonna get the flat 5, we're gonna get the flat 7, and then we get the flat 3rd. You see, so this. Oh, sorry, that's 7th fret, and that's going to give us E minor 7 flat 5. Put that there. I'm going to bang that one there, and then I'll just play it. I've got to play it just for the hell of it, because it's like it's not that useful. Okay. Is this why diminished have a flat 5th? Yes, yes, it is. Yeah. So we got that there. Wonderful. There's the chord. Now the thing is, the whole thing about a tonal center is that all the other 6 modes, they resolve. They all resolve. Okay, you can resolve with that. And then along comes Locrian, which is diminished. This doesn't resolve. It doesn't sound finished. Yeah, this sounds finished. Yeah. This one here doesn't sound finished. So if I play the scale on that, put that. Are you really gonna sing a song that's got this? Yeah, so, but you would learn the patterns and where it lives according to the chord. Yeah. Okay. Let me turn that off. Sum it up, condense it. What's the big picture? The big picture is that you want these different moods. You want to be able to play these different moods, and it's like, and how do you find them? Yeah, and what you've got to do is you've got to link them to the chords of the parent major that we are deriving it from. Okay, that's the thing. Richard Grissom says jazz. Yeah, so we feel diminished feels unresolved. Yes. Yeah, you could say that. It's really interesting. No, I'm not going to go there with that. I had a thought, but I'm not going to go there. So you have no idea what I'm trying to say. The thing is that these modes, they're tricky to get into, but what you first got to do is you've got to hear them. You've got to be able to identify them, so that when you listen to the Doors, or when you listen to the Grateful Dead, or you listen to somebody and you go, oh, you can hear the mode, because it has a characteristic, it has a personality. And the thing is, the mode is derived, okay? Okay, the mode is derived from the parent major key, and there are 12 keys. So there can be 7 modes that we can associate with every key, yeah? But they're always the same 7 structures, yeah? Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, and Locrian, yes? That's what the thing. Shauna says, I'm confused on how to find the numbers in the scale going down, like that whole step, half step. I'm sure I've done a lesson on it, with the scale formulas. Phil says, so a fully diminished chord always includes a flat 3rd, flat 5, and a flat 7. That's not a fully diminished chord. A diminished chord, yes. This is the thing. This is the thing about this, right? It's like people think flat 7 means it's diminished. It isn't. If we want that diminished, we have to flatten the flat 7. It becomes a diminished 7th then. Okay, really it sounds a 6th. It's weird. It sounds a 6th, but we only find true diminished chords, yes, in the harmonic minor. So that brings us into a whole new different realm, of which there are modes for each of the melodic minor and the harmonic minor, which we don't really want to get us head into. Johnny says that's not my question. I don't know what your question is. What you mean then, Johnny? Have you been here for the whole session? Elaborate just a little bit more then for us, okay? Each mode has its own personality. Yeah, that's the thing. If you want to sound jazzy, play Dorian. Yeah, it's like if you've got a blocked drain and you want to clear your blocked drain out, yeah, you get one of those rod things and you push it down. You're not gonna stick I don't know a hairbrush down it, because it's the wrong tool for the job. And that's what modes are. We're accessing these moods because music is the language of emotion. That's what I'm saying here is, and if you want to access these different moods, yeah, that's what you've got to do. Yeah, you use these modes to do that. It's really no different than thinking to yourself, is this major, is this minor? Yeah, it's just different complexities, different styles of major, different styles of minor, like I was saying. Major modes, we've got major, we've got Lydian, we've got Mixolydian. They sound completely different to each other, and they will give you a different feeling. They will give you a different vibe, okay? So solos are in modes. Yes, Sean. Yes, they are. You listen to Steve Vai, Joe Satriani, Frank Zappa, very much based on Lydian. There's a lot of Lydian in there. Yeah, they really like that sort of thing. But it depends on the chords. Sometimes the chords come first, but modal progressions tend to be simple and very repetitive. They're very... they're not as complex as sort of diatonic harmony. Yeah? Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. It is 2 hours, 12 minutes into this. If you don't get it, you're going to have to watch it over again. There is just no way that you can get this all in one sitting. This is definitely the case of, like, how do you eat an elephant? Yeah? You can't eat it all in one go, okay? You can't eat it all in one go. You have to take it into chunks, and then that's how you eat it. Yeah, so you chunk it, right? Come back to it, okay? Do one mode at a time. But the important thing is hear the modes first. Play around with these chords. Yes, if you're in PDF Club, okay? So if you took that, Jeff said it, so if you took that keyboard behind, played 7 notes in the key, you start in different points, that's the idea. Yeah. If you just use the white keys, you're in C major. You start on the D note to the D note, that's Dorian. If you start on the E note to the E note, that's Phrygian. If you start on the F note to the F note, that's going to be Lydian, yeah? But the thing is, it's no good if you're playing a C major chord underneath it. Yeah, you're going to have to play an F chord underneath it, an F major chord. So, let's have a look. Can you do a little solo in one of the modes? It's been a long time since I didn't want to listen to it. It's been brilliant. All right, thanks, Phil. Yeah, so does that make sense? Okay. Well, the easiest one, if you're playing someone with a 1-4-5 progression, you see, the thing is there, Johnny, 1-4-5, you're thinking in major. 1-4-5 doesn't apply to modal chord progressions. Yeah, generally you find that you have static chords, and you might have 2 chords to offer context. Yeah, so if I've got, hang on, I wonder if I can get this. Right, I wonder if I can get this and give it a bit more context. I've got to clear this off. I'm still getting used to this pedal. Hang on. There we go. Is that it? That might be it. It is a little bit easier to see on piano, Gary, but that's only in one key. And and the thing is, we're not playing piano. We're doing it on guitar. So let me see if this will work. There, right, that. We'll go with that. No, if I put that in, there's too much information. Right, let's go. Let's see if this will do it. Right, we've got something. Right, I've got some filth on. Right, this is E minor. So I'm going to play Aeolian. I nearly wanted to end on that note, because that's the way when we play scales. But can you hear the resolve? If I stay there, it wants to go, because that's the chord that's underneath. It's an E. Yeah? That's it, Wilder, how it interfaces with the chords that you're playing, and that's the thing. Yeah, now if I change this to Phrygian, same chord, it should work. A bit more serious. Yeah, so. And then I could play Dorian. Yeah, takes a little minute for your ear to get used to it. Resolve to 3-note per string stuff there. But you need to have the foundation so you can explore the sounds. That chord's underneath. Yes, so hopefully that makes sense. Why I did that at the end there. But that was Phrygian. I was thinking Phrygian. That's what I was thinking there, right at the end. Right, okay. We are gonna call this a day. Like I say, I will put these sheets here. All the sheets that we've generated tonight, probably about 9 of them. Those will be banged up in PDF Club, guys. So, you're not going to get this all in one bite. You're not going to get this all in one bite. Like I say, modes are a bit like Schrodinger's cat. Yeah? Is it in the box? Is it even in the box? Or is it alive? Is it dead? I don't know. Nobody knows. So, solos are legit, did it using modes, and the sounds change. The sounds change. That's the thing. It's all about getting the sounds right. And it's like, once you know that, it's the difference between Mexican food and Italian food. The ingredients are going to be very much similar, but there's different spices that you add, to make things taste a bit more Mexican. Things a bit more Italian, you've got a bit more herby. Does this make sense? So, okay. But the thing is, if you've got the book, yes, if you've got the book, the patterns are all there for you to experiment with, yes? They're all there. This is fleshed out a bit. I've added some more context with the chords from the key. Yes, so you can think about it in that way. I'll add some more notes as well to the PDF Club stuff as well. And let's have a look. Quantum physics. So let me just see. Jason says, so if you're playing E major and E minor chords, God knows why, you could say Aeolian and Mixolydian scales. Well, another case with that, Jason, might be a power chord. Yeah, so there's a power chord. Oh, you got me going again, right? Okay, so look. There. I'm borrowing that note there from a minor mode, or a mode that's got a flat 6 in it. And now I know I can apply the scale to the chord. Now I change the chord, but if I keep it as that power chord, that's Lydian. Yes. You can hear that's completely different, but you see that power chord? That's not changed. I put Mixolydian on it. And then added some minor blues on it. So, because you can mix these things. So, Yorkshire mode. Yorkshire tea mode. Yeah, so, it's completely up to you what you want to do with it, Dorian. So, but the tonal centre throughout that, for all those different moods, they were created with the same tonal centre of E. Okay, right. I'm going to go see if I can catch the end of this match if it hasn't finished. It's probably just about finishing now. So, guys, I will see you next week. Remember who you're playing guitar for. You're playing guitar for yourself. Okay? Watch this. Yes, pen, paper, pencil, paper. Do that. I will see you next week. Look after yourself. Look after each other. Take care out there in the snow and the cold weather and these storms and stuff. And I'll see you next week. See you later. Take care. Bye-bye.